The final race of the triple header brings us to Silverstone, and it's time for us to focus on upgrades. Austria was another highly competitive weekend. The duel between Max and Lando shows there is very little separating Red Bull and McLaren. Mercedes with solid pace once again cements the third fastest slot, while Ferrari are optimistic about the SF24's performance. To continue with this upward trajectory, many teams are bringing upgrades, and I'll detail you all the information regarding these said upgrade packages right from Red Bull and Mercedes down to Haas and Williams. So don't go anywhere. Let's start this video with Haas. Haas enjoyed a mega weekend at Austria. Nico finished P6 while Magnussen came home P8, scoring bulk points to leapfrog Alpine in the Constructors' Championship. Haas has progressed this season in an unusual manner. The team has brought many upgrades this season. They brought some parts to China, a high downforce package came to Monaco to everyone's surprise, and they have been making small revisions here and there, improving the VF24 continuously. But the team is supposed to be introducing its biggest upgrade package of the season at the upcoming British Grand Prix. This was confirmed by both Nico Hülkenberg and the team principal Eo Komatsu at Austria. The upgrades are expected to revoke around the car's side pods and floor edges. Hülkenberg expects this Silverstone package to boost the car's high-speed performance, and he hopes Silverstone to be another stellar weekend for Haas in terms of point scoring. Next, let's focus on Red Bull's upgrades. Austria was a disappointing weekend for Red Bull. They lost the home race victory due to the tight battle between Lando and Max, but still they were able to come home with some valuable points, extending their lead in both championships. Red Bull introduced upgrades at Barcelona, fast-tracking parts from its Silverstone package, making changes to its side pod's engine cover floor and beam wing. Yet the RB20 was only fractions ahead compared to the McLaren, which also has been receiving some upgrades recently. Red Bull vs McLaren has been a recurring result of recent races, depicting that Red Bull have lost their pace advantage and are hitting that ceiling in terms of development. So to make life comfortable for themselves again, the team will be bringing upgrades to Silverstone, and this was confirmed by Helmut Marko at Austria. The team are expected to debut a new front wing for the RB20, which according to multiple sources are designs inspired by the Mercedes and McLaren front wing designs. This is said to work in unison with the changes that has been made to the floor at Barcelona, smoothing airflow towards the car's rear, improving aerodynamic performance. As for Silverstone's prospects, Red Bull are expected to perform well here. Just like Barcelona, high, medium and low speed corners are present with some straights. It won't be much downforce though, which will play into one of the RB20's strong suits, so most likely they are the team to beat here. Next, let's talk about Ferrari's upgrades. Ever since Canada, it has been a weird couple of races for Ferrari. Austria was a two-sided race for them. Carlos seized opportunities and moved himself to the podium, while Leclerc had a first lap incident with Piastri and Perez, had to replace his front wing on the very first lap, and it was a disaster for him ever since. But it is evident that the upgraded Ferrari is lacking pace to Red Bull, McLaren and Mercedes now. But Vasseur insisted that the new performance upgrade is a step in the right direction, and optimization is going to be key at Silverstone. Where Ferrari has been really struggling since their Spain upgrades has been around high-speed corners where the SF24 now is porpoising once more. We saw this in Austria and we saw it at Spain as well, around turns 13 and 14. Now these tracks aren't the flattest, so slight bumps could be inducing this, but other teams are not suffering from any issues like this, and Carlos did point out that the bouncing is actually limiting the team on extracting more performance from the car. Vasseur talked about this in Austria and revealed that the data has pointed out the roots of this high-speed bouncing problem, and the team has updates lined up for Silverstone to work on this. The upgrade expected is slight revisions to its floor fences and an updated front wing design. We know that Ferrari have not been exploiting the front wing design as McLaren and Mercedes have this season, so that could be a potential breakthrough for the team in solving this high-speed bouncing issue. As for British GP prospects, Vasseur is aiming for at least a podium here. He revealed that the team is not stepping back on updates, and Carlos was hopeful of fighting McLaren and Mercedes at Silverstone, so hopefully everything plays out well for them. Next, let's focus on Mercedes upgrades. At Austria, Mercedes enjoyed 2024's best race weekend. George Russell won the Grand Prix, benefiting from the Max and Lando crash, but the W15 was not that far off the leaders in terms of raw pace, looking at the data, providing some encouraging results for the team. Since its first upgrades at Miami and Imola, both Russell and Hamilton have been on it. Either driver has finished on the podium ever since, and now they have a race win under their belts. And to build upon the momentum gained, the Silver Arrows are set to introduce upgrades at Silverstone, confirmed by Wolf Hamilton and Russell. The British GP was one of the team's targeted dates to introduce a huge upgrade package, and the W15 is a car out of the top 4 teams which is still relatively on the back foot in terms of development. The W15 aerodynamically is based on a brand new design. So much evolution is still in place to happen. The team has opened up a lot about upgrades. Andrew Shovlin has revealed recently about a secret plan the team has in place for their competitors to keep guessing. And according to reports, Silverstone will be huge for the team. According to reliable sources, the team will be making revisions to the car's underfloor and will be introducing a new diffuser specification alongside making revisions to the car's side pods, which I think is an upgrade that has been due for a long time now. Lewis and George have revealed recently how the team plans on continuously improving the car with upgrades coming at every race, and we have seen it works for Mercedes. The W15 has been improving every weekend since Miami, and the correlation seems to be on point for the team. Another big positive. So hopefully these upgrades work and we see them fight the frontrunners much more consistently. Next, let's talk about McLaren's upgrades. Austria did not go as the team planned it would. The sprint win was up for grabs, but Norris could not make it stick. The race ended in part shambles for the team, but Oscar was there to pick up the pieces from Norris's crash, scoring another podium, salvaging what they could from the weekend. The team introduced a new front wing specification at Austria, making changes to the end plate design, and that seems to have added performance to the MCL38. For Silverstone, their home race, the team, according to reports, have updates in the pipeline. Exacts of the upgrades are unknown, but Stella did reveal that minor upgrades will make its way to Silverstone. The McLaren car has been good in slow, medium and high-speed corners. The car has great aero efficiency proven by good top speeds. There aren't any particular weaknesses in this McLaren to cure rather than its peakiness maybe. So the team has only got to do one thing, and that is to add usable downforce. As for the team's prospects at the British GP, McLaren will be Red Bull's closest rivals, and Norris will be challenger to Max Verstappen. Hopefully we get to see some extreme, hardcore yet clean racing between the pair. Williams are also in the developments list. Reportedly, the groove-based team will be introducing some new lightweight parts under the hood, improving through corner performance, improving the car's overall balance. The Williams is struggling with balance issues, so hopefully the team brings some aero updates in future races to improve the car. Touching lightly on Aston Martin, they do not have any upgrades lined up for the British GP, but do have a huge close to B-spec upgrade lined up for Hungary. So, with all these upgrades, are you excited for the British Grand Prix? We are very much into your thoughts and perspectives in the comment section down below. And on your way down, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of our future uploads to keep yourselves up to date about the 2024 Formula 1 season.